When a relationship ends and a custody battle begins, the advice starts pouring in from every direction. Friends and family will tell you that mothers always get the kids, that the person with the most money wins, or that your best move is to expose every terrible thing your ex has ever done to shatter their reputation. I'm Marcus. Following that advice is the fastest way to undermine your own standing in court. These myths are persistent because they stem from a total misunderstanding of how the American legal system categorizes family law. Most people walk into the courtroom prepared for a battle that the law doesn't actually recognize. It is common for parents to approach a custody dispute with a criminal mindset. You feel wronged, so you want to prove the other person is guilty and have them punished for the pain they've caused the family. But family court does not prosecute crimes. It operates under state civil law. Its purpose is to resolve private disputes between individuals, not to punish offenders on behalf of the government. Because there is no prosecutor and no criminal charge, there is no guilty verdict here. If your strategy relies on seeking retribution against an ex-partner, you are pursuing a result that the court has no authority to provide. Instead, because this is a civil entity designed for resolution, every decision a judge makes is governed by one supreme, non-punitive standard: the best interests of the child. Before a judge applies that standard, we have to define what is actually being divided. Custody comes in two parts: legal custody, the power to make decisions about health, religion, and education, and physical custody, which determines where the child actually lives. In a criminal trial, guilt must be proven beyond a reasonable doubt. But in civil family law, cases are decided by a preponderance of the evidence. You only have to prove your parenting plan is 51% likely to be the better option. Winning custody does not require the total destruction of your opponent's character. Instead, it only requires demonstrating that your direct involvement is slightly more beneficial for the child's future well-being. To reach that 51% threshold, judges use 8 factors to evaluate the child's best interests. First, emotional bones, providing capacity, and routine stability. Next, parental health and abuse history. Finally, co-parenting support, the child's wishes, and communication ability. Notice that revenge and personal grievances are nowhere on this list. The court is auditing your child's future trajectory, not your past relationship drama. When you view the process through these 8 factors, common myths quickly fall apart. For example, the idea that mothers always win. While historical doctrines once favored mothers, modern civil standards are strictly gender neutral. Public perception, like the protests seen here, often lags decades behind the law. Then there is the money illusion, the belief that the wealthier parent automatically gets custody. Custody evaluates the quality of care. Raw income disparities are handled separately through child support. Even the idea that the child gets to choose is a distortion. A teenager's preference is just one variable in a much larger assessment. It does not override the other 7 factors the judge must weigh. Relying on demographic advantages or financial leverage often results in a weak legal position, as the court is trained to filter for practical parenting capacity above all else. This brings us to the most persistent misunderstanding of all: the belief that proving the other parent is a bad person wins the case. Attacking your ex in civil court frequently causes the judge to rule against you. By launching a smear campaign, you prove to the court that you lack the ability to co-parent, and that you will likely interfere with the child's relationship with their other parent. You essentially failed 2 of the 8 factors immediately. There is a strict exception for actual abuse or neglect. That must be exposed, but strictly because it presents a direct threat to the child's safety, not to settle a personal score. If you want to protect your parental rights, drop the desire to punish. Focus entirely on your child's well-being, and consult a local family law attorney who understands the civil system in your specific jurisdiction. To win a custody case, you must stop treating your ex like a criminal defendant. The only way forward is to prove that you are the parent best equipped to secure your child's future.